Hello, welcome to another Tuesday Talk with Rob Allen. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that you enjoyed episode 1. This is episode 2. Yeah, episode 1 was a little bit long. I had to do a lot of stuff to kind of get it out there, get it fresh. This week I'm shooting for somewhere between 10 and 12 minutes or so. We'll see how I do here. Let's get right on into it and talk about this week's product spotlight. What we have is KMCs Simply Vav. This is a really neat system. This is a something that you can buy off the shelf. That's important for you DDC and BAS contractors. Investing into a product line and things like that, we have to do renewal fees and setup fees and all that kind of good stuff to get you going. This is something that's just kind of down and dirty. It works great. It works flawless. It's very inexpensive. It's configurable just to get the job done. It's just about the least expensive and feel really good about it product that we have as far as doing VAV applications. It's got a few different breakdowns. You can do dual duct or single duct, and then it's got a few different sensors. Now what's neat about this is that there's no software, so you actually program everything from the wall module. So there's an Ethernet cable that goes from the wall module up to the controller into the ceiling. You can choose to then wire controller to controller backnet back to a supervisory controller, a JACE, something like that, or you can just leave it standalone and, like I said, do everything right there from the stat itself. It's kind of neat. You've got that little QR code there, so if you got that on your smartphone, you can actually pull up all your documentation for installation, all that kind of stuff. I think it even will actually give you access to their videos as well too. So simplyvav.com /install-setup, or you can just go to simplyvav.com and click on the install link. That's going to bring up several installation videos. It's going to bring up all kinds of cut sheets and all the documentation that you could require to do it. Just a really neat product, really cool. I see this if you've got a customer that really wants to up the ante a little bit with their control system. They don't want to go out and spend a whole lot of money. Maybe you just kind of want to stair-step them into it a little bit like that. Simply Vav is a great product. Also, you should just go over to KMC.com and check out their other product that they have, because they got a lot of neat stuff. So if you would like a better demo live in person, give me a shout. Michael and I will come out and run you through the entire process. I'll give you a demo to try, all that kind of good stuff. But really neat product. Send in your questions to rob@stromquist.com. We'll get them answered. All right, this week's Tech Minute. If you don't know how to access a JACE through Serial Shell, Michael gives you a whole entire process of how to do that on the BAS Resource Site. Just log in, go to Tips and Tricks, and you'll find the Serial Shell access to a JACE tip and trick. Pretty straightforward, pretty cool stuff. There are times where you're going to need to get into that, back into that JACE to make some parameter changes or to do some troubleshooting, that kind of stuff. All right, the BAS Resource Site. Last week we had, a whole bunch of you guys after that first Tuesday talk and then the initial email that I sent out, go and register for an account on there. It's pretty straightforward. We thought we'd go ahead and give you just kind of an overview, and Michael actually did that for us. So in the body of the email, under the summary of the episode, today's episode, you'll find a link to the 7 minutes in control that Michael did, going over that resource site. So if you want to see everything and make sure you're using it the right way, take a little bit of time. I think it's roughly 4 or 5 minutes that video is to go and see the entire thing. But a lot of you guys are giving some good feedback. I saw a couple comments on the forum already and a suggestion. I can't tell you enough how much we like suggestions. I think sometimes people think that they're being crass and rude by suggesting or giving feedback, and it could not be further from the truth. The last thing that we want to do is waste our time in doing something that we think is going to be worthwhile to you if it's not worthwhile to you. So send us the feedback. Let us know what you would like to see, what we could do better, what we could do different. We'll do our best to get that squared away and done for you. But I think that we're definitely off to a great start with the BAS Resource Site. So make sure you go and register today if you haven't already. All right, lastly, second to last actually, calendar of events. I'm just going to keep reminding you of this kind of stuff. Actually, today, starting at 8 a.m., is the N2 modernization. So for you Johnson Controls contractors that are out there, you definitely need to be to this, because there is a lot of retrofit opportunity to go in and pull in some existing N2. And these PC controllers are capable of doing backnet or N2 with a firmware reflash. And Greg Weimer is actually going to be on site today to run us through how to do all of that. And if you're not here, I really feel for you, because your competition is going to go and figure this stuff out and go out there and make some money and win some projects. Late July, still have a date to be determined, just trying to get last of these guys' schedules squared away and stuff. But Contractor Day is coming up. Going to do Cyber Pro, Sky Foundry, KMC, IntelligentBuildings.com, and Ed Merwin's going to come and bring us all up to date on what to expect with Tritium N4. And then August 3rd to the 7th is Niagara certification. Again, we don't know if that's going to be AX certification or Niagara 4 certification. We're still waiting to hear from Tritium on what we're allowed to do. Vern Peterson's going to be here. He's already gone through and done the entire Niagara 4 course. And so at the drop of a hat, he can do AX or N4. As soon as we know, I'll update you on a Tuesday talk or send you an email if it's that time sensitive. All right, wrapping up. The podcast was actually a pretty neat thing. You guys asked through sending me some emails and then some text messages and that kind of stuff over the past week. You kind of were interested in podcasts, so I thought this would hit it again and give you all some of my favorites. So first and foremost, Control Talk Now. This is Eric and Ken's weekly show that they do. It lasts for an hour, hour and a half. I tried to sit and watch it on YouTube for an hour and a half, and I just really couldn't find the time to do that. If I'm at home, I'd rather be watching something on television than that, to be quite honest with you. And there really wasn't any other way to do it. Then I found out that I could do it on a podcast. This is great because I just pop it in when I get in the car, and I know that I'm going to be in the car for a little bit. And these guys do their homework. They know what they're talking about. And this is great. If you're a salesperson in our industry and you're not listening to Control Talk Now, you are really missing out, because they are going to give you so many bits and bytes of things that you need to go out and tell your customers, and big ideas and things that are coming down the pipeline. You need to go educate your customers so that you can offer them the state-of-the-art stuff, and that's what these guys talk about. Definitely, if for no other reason than to watch Control Talk or listen to Control Talk Now, I would go ahead and get a podcast app and download it. Another one of my favorites is This Week in Tech. It lasts for about an hour as well too, and it just updates you on all the current events regarding technology. Super neat stuff. Now this is actually a new one. I do like sports, and this is 3 episodes in, and it's the big podcast with Shaq. And I don't know if you're a Shaquille O'Neal fan or not, but he actually teamed up with John Kincaid, who's a 680 The Fan Sports Talk AM radio host here in Atlanta. And they do a weekly podcast, comes out on Mondays. This is absolutely hilarious, but it gives you a cool insight into what Shaq's doing off the court now these days, and it's pretty neat. This American Life I think they say that's the most downloaded podcast on iTunes, and it comes out about once a week, and it just gives you a cool story, a different topic each week. It goes for about an hour. It's just great talk radio. All right, if you have any more questions, please give me a shout. I am on Twitter at Stromrob, STROMROB. I've been doing that a lot lately, and I'm really enjoying that. Get to interact with a lot of people from Tritium, Honeywell, KMC, Johnson Controls, Belimo, EasyIO. All those guys are on there, and then you can start following some of the outliers a little bit. Some of the folks that are doing some kind of niche market and stuff. But it's a great way to learn a lot about our industry, and you can do a lot of retweets and things like that. So if you're on Twitter, please follow me at Stromrob. I'll follow you back. We can share some information back and forth. I resisted Twitter for a really long time. I thought it was kind of silly. And I just kind of got into it because I saw a lot of hashtags all over the place and a lot of different things. And it's actually really neat. So I've got a work Twitter, and I've got a personal Twitter now. So really cool. All right, that wraps it up. Episode 2, Tuesday Talk. I think this one's going to end up being a little less than 6 minutes. So we're going to see if this was not enough information, if I went too fast, or just about right. So please send me that feedback to rob@stromquist.com if that's your preferred method of contact. You can always text message me, call me, or even tweet at me. Take care. Talk to you soon.